Right, lads, welcome to another episode of Ben Does FM and the third episode in my mini series testing out whether the Media Dream 11 can actually get promoted. So far, the media have failed miserably. League 2, we were awful at Accrington. League 1, we were even worse at AFC Wimbledon. Now we move up to the Championship and let's see if we can actually get anywhere near the playoffs. Let's get into it. Right, so then, fellas, let's get into this episode of the Media Dream 11 and let's see if these guys can actually put a decent team together. As I mentioned in the intro, so far they have failed miserably. They were awful in League 2, awful in League 1. We're moving up to the Championship now, and expectations are as high as they could be. I'm expecting this team to tear away with this league. You've pretty much got a team full of Premier League players here in the Championship. I will go through the players in more detail in a sec. But before we get into the video, before we get into the details of the squad, as ever, please give the channel a subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're loving the content, please put a thumbs up, a like on the video, make a comment as well. Are you enjoying the mini-series? Do you want to see more of these mini-series type content? Share with a friend or a family member that you know loves Football Manager content. As I said, we're going to get into this one. I've got high hopes. The Championship Media 11 surely is going to be good enough to at least get in the playoffs. Let's have a look through now the players that the media have selected as their Dream 11. So then, chaps, in terms of the Championship, this one's going to be a little bit... It's going to be hard for me to do, let's put it that way. In FM, there's certain teams that I just do not manage. West Ham, Charlton, Chelsea, to name a few. Now, as you know, in this series, we've taken the team who are the longest odds, according to the media, to win the league. And they're the team we've selected to do the experiment with. We're in the Championship now. And unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever way you want to look at it, it's Charlton. So, as most of you know, I'm a Millwall fan. This one is going to be a little bit tough for me to do. On one hand, I'm hoping they fail miserably because I really don't want to get Charlton promoted. On the other hand, I really want to run a fair experiment. So, yeah, I'm a little bit torn with this one. In the name of getting a decent video out there, though, I think we've got to be fair as possible. So what I'm going to do before we go into the players in a bit more detail and see who actually is in the Media 11, we are just going to go through what we've done so far. So if you remember, in League 1, we changed all the players to squad players. There is still some squad dynamics and issues around that. I think we're going to have the same here. I have changed the players now to impact subs and lower. The dynamics are not very good. The team cohesion isn't very good. That's going to get worse when we start moving the players into the Charlton team. But again, I just want to stress, if anyone has got any ideas how we do this, then please let me know in the comments down below. Let me know on social media, however you want to get in contact. But let me know how you want to do it. I have flirted with the idea of releasing the players. That might be the fairest one. We might look to do that in the Premier League. The only thing then is we're going to have a bare 11. I know we're sticking to the same team and tactics where possible, but I just want to, I want to try and keep it as fair as possible. If we release all these players, the bench is then going to be full of youngsters. These players may go to other Championship teams, and it might just change the result a little bit. But if you think that's the best way to do it, please let me know, and we'll take a look at it for the Premier League one. In this save, what I've done, as I said, is that I've just changed everyone to impact sub. If we get to January and the dynamics are still really bad, we're getting people moaning about lack of game time, then we might look to release the players. It might give us a little mini experiment within the wider context of the series. So if we performed badly at the first half of the season because of the squad dynamics, you release the players, the atmosphere changes, they become happier in the second half. That might tell us all we need to know. That might tell us what we need to do for the Premier League one. But for now, We're going to leave it at that. We've changed them to squad players and impact subs, so even less of agreed playing time than we did in the previous video. Now let's get into the players that will be joining us here at Charlton. I can't believe I'm at Charlton. I can't believe I keep saying we. I'm going to try not to. But yeah, here's the players. We're going to run through them again. If you're a Millwall fan, you're going to know most of these players. If you're a Championship fan of other clubs, you're going to know them. If you're a Premier League fan, you're going to know them. They're pretty much household names, is my point. So we've got Aaron Ramsdale in goal, obviously at Southampton. He'll be coming in. We have got Yukinari Sugiwara from Southampton. He'll be coming in. Jan Bedrenek, he'll be coming in at centre half with Yannick Vestergaard and Ricardo Pereira at left back. We've got Ben Brereton Diaz. He'll be coming in at left midfield. Ollie Skip and Harry Winks will be joining from Leicester. They will be in the middle of the park. And we've got Abdul Fatawa. He'll be the right midfielder in this team. We then got Jordan Ayew and we've got Josh Sargent. Now, as I've already said in the intro, this is a pretty strong team. This is basically a Premier League side in the Championship. Now, we're 300 to 1. So Charlton are the longest odds of a team that we've taken over so far. Accrington were 250, AFC Wimbledon were 200, Charlton are now 300 to 1. The last time we did this in League One, AFC Wimbledon went from 200 to 4 to 5. They still weren't favourites. So I'm really intrigued to see if this level of player, the media then think we're going to be favourites. So I'm going to move these players into the Charlton squads. We're going to come back and we're going to have a look and see if the odds have changed and if we are going to be favourites for promotion. All moved over then, fellas. These guys are all at Charlton. I've continued one day and look, already with the move of, I'm trying to see who it's now left out. So who was playing in central midfield? Who was playing in central midfield? Ollie Skip and Harry Winks are the centre midfielders. So Ollie Skip is no longer in the Media Dream 11 after a continue of one day. As you can see on the left-hand side, we're also still not favourites to win the league. Leicester are still favourites, even though we've decimated their side. We've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players from Leicester, and they're still favourites to win the league. Southampton have dropped down, I believe, quite considerably. We've taken 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 from Southampton. They've dropped down, but we have gone from 300 to 1 outsiders to now 4 favourites to get promoted and win the league. We are 100 to 30. So for the first time in this experiment, we are odds against to get promoted. As I said, this was or is a Premier League 11 masked in the Championship. I will be amazed if these guys don't at least get in the playoffs. I've said that in every video so far. Said it in League 2, I said it in League 1. But we're really finding a huge amount of quality now in this team. Yeah, I just can't see how these guys are going to be out of the top. Well, I was going to say the top 3, but I've said it in every video. So I'm really intrigued. I hope you guys are as well. We're going to do the usual now. We're going to just quickly flick through and have a look at the tactics. It's going to be a 4-4-2. That's what the Media Dream 11 is based on, and they want us to play. I have just loaded in a tactic, just a preset one, just because you have to before you continue in the save, as we know. But we are just going to take a look now and see what tactical style is suited to the squad after they have been moved into the Charlton team. So, it says there, Gegenpress. We've actually already loaded that 4-4-2 tactic in. So, we're just going to leave it as that. And we are going to obviously pick the best 11. If there's any Charlton players that make their way in there, I will be amazed. Interestingly, though, Ben Brereton Diaz was picked as a left midfielder in the Dream 11 by the media, and Andre Ayew was the centre forward. We're going to switch them around because that's how they had it. Again, we're doing it exactly as they want us to, and we're going to leave it at that. What we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to forward probably to the first 10 games, give us a little bit of an insight as to how the guys are getting on. Accrington, they didn't start great. AFC Wimbledon started great. I'm intrigued, as I keep saying, as to how this team are going to get on. It's a ridiculous side for the Championship. If I had this team and was managing this team, I'm confident I would go unbeaten with this side. In the Championship, I don't think I would lose a game. Big statement, but I just don't think I would. It's that good. So let's see how they get on. As I said, we're going to go now to 10 games in. Same as before, we're going to skip the games. We're going to have no part of managing the team. And we'll come back after 10 games and see how the Media Dream 11 gets on in the Championship. 7 games in, halfway through September, we, painful again to say, Charlton are sat down in 12th position. 7 games in, as I said, 3 wins, 1 draw, and 3 defeats. I mean, those defeats, look at those scorelines. 4-3 loss, 5-3 loss, 3-2 loss. They're entertaining, if nothing else. But still no playoff spot. Or, well, we're 5 points behind second, 4 points outside of the playoffs. Let's just have a look and check in at the squad dynamics. Club atmosphere is average, so not too bad. We've had a couple of people here that want to leave. These guys, Miles Leeburn and Tyrese Campbell, were already at Charlton. Jordan Ayew has started to moan about the lack of squad depth in midfield, on the left-hand side of midfield, and he's finding it difficult to settle in the area. So obviously London isn't for him. Let's have a look now and check in with some of the key performers. Josh Sargent, a little bit of a cheat code in the Championship on Football Manager. He's got 6 goals in 9 games. Abdul Fatawa, he has got 3 in 9. And then not much else to write home about, really. Jordan Ayew, Brereton Diaz and Matt Godden on 2, although we're not going to take much notice of Matt Godden because he was already at Charlton. So Jordan Ayew and Brereton Diaz with 2 apiece. It's not going as I'd expected. As you can see here, they started really well. They won their first 3 games, albeit one of those was in the Carabao Cup. Then lost to Sheffield Wednesday in a 3-2 thriller, albeit they were 3-0 down and made a little bit of a comeback. Then won a thriller of their own against Birmingham, 4-3, and 3 defeats in the next 4 games leaves Charlton and the Media Dream 11 down in 12th place. We're going to now get through some games. I think what we're going to do is check in again at the end of December, beginning of January, and see where they are at. But so far, once again, the Media Dream 11 are struggling, or they're not in a position that I would expect them to be in. So let's see if they can pick up in this middle part of the season. And as I say, we're going to continue now and come back at the end of December. End of December, check-in time. And as you can see, it's still not going very well for the Media Dream 11 and Charlton. So we are down in 13th, 10 wins, 4 draws, 11 defeats. Scoring a lot of goals, also conceding a lot of goals. Again, I say it all the time, I'm amazed by this. We'll go into the squad as ever in a moment. Let's just have a look at the squad dynamics. I tell you what we're going to do. I did say at the beginning of this save, we might have a tweak and we might change things at the midway point. I'm going to release a couple of these players that were already at Charlton and try and improve that club atmosphere. I mean, it's not bad. Look, it's good. But I'm going to release them and get them out of the way just to see if it helps at all. So, Luke Berry, we're going to release. Terminating his contract. Greg Doherty, we are going to release. He's gone. Miles Leeburn, we'll leave him in. We'll leave him in. Connor Coventry, he's moaning about his game time. He's going to be released as well. We're going to leave them because they're talking about a new deal, so that can happen at any part of the save anyway. Right, so by doing that, the club atmosphere has already gone up to very good. Let's see if that makes a difference in the second half of the season. Let's now just have a quick look in the squad and have a look at some players and how they're getting on. Josh Sargent, as ever, 15 goals, 27 appearances. He's doing well. Abdul Fatawa, 7 goals in 27 games. Could be better. Jordan Ayew, Ben Brereton Diaz, Matt Godden all on 5. So what we're now going to do is sim forward a little bit, see if the club dynamics has made an effect. One thing I might also do now, just to change it up and see if it does change it in terms of the results, and if they make a positive impact, is I'm not going to select that the assistant manager must play these players when they are available, because what he will do is pick them even if they're at half fitness. As you can see here, look, all of them need a rest. That might be playing a big part in the results. We might be playing half fit players in some of these games, especially when it's a Saturday and midweek game. Therefore, as I said, it might be affecting the results. So we're going to change that. We're going to allow a little bit more squad rotation. We've released some of the unhappy players. Let's see if that improves things. That might give us a pointer for how we shape the Premier League Dream 11 episode. But as I said, we're going to continue to the end of January. We've made some tweaks, we've made some changes. Let's see if that makes a positive impact. Here we are then, chaps. So end of January, check in after the changes we made. I think what I'm coming to realise throughout this mini-series is the media are full of shit. Still down in 13th. Nothing really has improved. Yeah, 3 defeats and 2 wins. So, not much is happening in terms of the changes that we've made. Half the players don't need a rest now, so that's good. The same players are still playing by the looks of it. They are, as you would expect. But, yeah, not much has changed. This experiment isn't as exciting as I thought. Charlton are 12 points off the playoff places. So it's not a huge ask. It's a big ask. It's doable, but they're going to have to go on a much better run of form than they have been throughout this season. Now, let's just do another check into the squad dynamics. Again here, look. So the club atmosphere is very good. Cohesion is good. This is a problem because he's got 8 players that agree with him. So Jordan Ayew is being problematic for us. Let's get rid of... No, we're not going to get rid of anyone. We're going to leave it as it is. We've made enough changes to this to see if it makes a significant impact. So we're going to come back again, as we've done on the other saves, with about 6-7 games to go. We're going to come back sort of mid-March. We'll come back just after the Millwall game. Millwall down in 21st. That's not what you like to see. But yeah, we'll come back after the Millwall game and then we'll see the final run of games. But so far, not much has changed since we've made the tweaks. So we'll continue forward to mid-March, as I said, and come back and see how the Media Dream 11 are still doing. March check-in then, chaps. And as you can see, the Media Dream 11 have dropped from 13th to 16th since our last check-in. I mean, I'm just amazed. I really am amazed. 69 goals, conceded 71. We have got one of the worst defensive records in the league. I'm amazed. I really am. Not only from this episode, but the whole series so far. But yeah, changes that we made previously don't seem to have done too much. Let's just have a look at look at that run of form. Oh, just awful. We've won 2 games since February, and we are now at the back end of March. So, no wonder they're struggling. Let's have a look into the squad. Josh Sargent is still banging in the goals. He's got 20 in 37. Brereton Diaz has got 8. Abdul Fatty's got 7. Matt Godden's got 6. He's done all right. Jordan Ayew's got 5. Yeah, this is, well, one, it's hilarious because it's Charlton, but in the interest of keeping the save and the mini series honest, I think we're learning one thing here. As I said previously, the media are useless, and they don't know what they're talking about. So we're going to have a little think before we do the next episode. I know I keep talking about the Premier League one. We are doing the Championship one. So we're going to have a little think about what we can do to try and improve things for that episode. I mean, the media still think we're 11-2, fifth favourites to go up, which is hilarious. Now, this is funny. Again, throughout the season, we went from obviously the whole starting 11 to now having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the Media Dream 11. So 5 players are no longer in the Media Dream 11. We've got 4 out of the back 5, which is interesting considering we've conceded a ridiculous amount of goals. What did I say it was? We conceded 71 goals. So yeah, having 4 out of the back 5, they clearly need to pick some better defensive players, the media. But again, this mini experiment hasn't turned out too well. So we're now going to forward to the end of the season. We're going to do a bit of a recap. We'll take a look at the league in a little bit more detail. Norwich are currently running away with it again, even without Josh Sargent. Can't say his first name today for some reason. Leicester down in second, Southampton are in third, and Ipswich are in fourth. So it's quite tight from second down to fourth, only 3 points in it. But Norwich have ran away with the league. Josh Sargent less. They've only lost 3 games all season, which is hilarious. Yeah, Charlton are struggling. The media are struggling. And this series isn't going anywhere near as well as I thought it was going to. End of season review then, fellas, for episode 3 in this mini series of the Media Dream 11 experiment. And as you can see, we have finished down in 13th place. The only positive that I can draw from that is they've managed to get a positive goal difference, because that is such a massive underperformance. It's ridiculous. As I said earlier, I would expect to go unbeaten with this team. It is a Premier League team masked in a Championship side. So I am amazed that they've only finished 13th. They finished 19 points from relegation, 16 points from the playoffs. That is just a million miles away from where I thought they would be. Norwich have won the league even without Sargent, and Saints have finished second on 99 points. I mean, the biggest underachievers are Leicester. They were favourites to win the league. So the players that we've taken from them have had the biggest impact. Hasn't impacted Southampton. They've still got promoted. And as I said, even without Josh Sargent, Norwich have managed to win the league. So let's go into the Charlton squad and the Media Dream 11 squad and have a look at some notable performers throughout the end of the year. Sargent finished on 21. Brereton, Diaz, Matt Godden and Fatawa all had 8 goals. Miles Leaburn even had 7, who beat Jordan Ayew. Harry Winks had 5. Sugawara from right back had 4. Ollie Skip had 4. And yeah, nothing else really to write home about. So another really poor performance from the Media 11. They've got to buck up their ideas. One thing I do want to pose to you guys, though, is this just showing the importance of having better tactics over the best players? Now, I know that the Media 11 might not technically be the best players, but they're not going to be far off it. So, is this proving that you need better tactics over the best players, as I just said? So, moving forward, we're going to look at the Premier League. Let me know in the comments down below, do you want me to continue with this experiment, playing 4-4-2 like the media have selected their side? So they've selected their team as a 4-4-2, as I mentioned. Do you want me to continue with the Premier League and stick with a 4-4-2? Do you want me to change things again? I know we edited it in this this episode of the series, we obviously released a couple of players that were unhappy due to their game time. We also changed the continue parameters, and we let the assistant manager change the team when players weren't fully fit. Do you want me to continue like that? Do you want me to change the formation? Will that prove that a formation is better than the top players? What I will say, though, just to caveat that, the Premier League players, the top end Premier League players, will be much better than the rest of the league, because players like Haaland, they're just so overpowered in Football Manager. If you've played with him, if you've seen him, you just know how good he is in this game. So, as a fair trial, do you want me to continue as a 4-4-2, or do you want me to tweak it and maybe put my own tactics in, or build my own tactics to see if that changes things? Because so far, we haven't been able to get a Media Dream 11 beyond mid-table, which as a collective, I would not have guessed that. I've never done anything like this before, so I had no idea how it was going to pan out. I just guessed and thought that the Media Dream 11 really would be, well, winning the league. I've said it on nearly every episode. Yeah, I thought that they would walk away with it. Certainly this one. Anyway, so next episode will be on the Premier League. As I said, let me know how you want me to set that up. Any more changes, any more tweaks to how we do this mini-series and experiment, let me know. The Premier League at the moment is going to be... No, it's not actually. I was going to say it's potentially going to be the last one in this mini-series and experiment series. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to pick one of the European leagues and see if it goes the same way. See if we can actually get a team to nearly win the league. I anticipate the Premier League team walking it. I've said that with every other one so far, though. So what do I know? As I just said, if you have any way you want me to run this experiment, let me know. I'm happy to take a look at it. Or do you want to just continue with a fair trial and leave it as is and see if they actually will win the league? That's the end of this episode. That's the end of the Media Dream 11 in the Championship. As ever, if you haven't done so already, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please share the channel with a friend, a family member, anyone that loves Football Manager content. And we'll see you on the Premier League experiment.